Coliseum in front of a near sellout crowd for the entrance at Kamala, the Uganda Giant, to face the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, in a fabulous main event. I'm Mark Levant with Joe Rinaldi and Ralph Pulley here at Rogers Coliseum. Glad you're able to join us for this fabulous bout, as we have lots to talk about. Kamala, the Ugandan Giant, and let's sit back and watch and listen. There's Kamala, cannibalistic, uncivilized, unpredictable, from the jungles of Uganda, crawling in the ring. Now then, we'll be waiting on the entrance of Andre the Giant. There's Kamala parading around. There's General Akbar along with him. Being very careful with Kamala, removing the jungle-like mask. The face, the body painted, the jungle beads. Removing the unusual paraphernalia that he wears around his arms and legs. And as we await the arrival of Andre the Giant, we will talk about the exciting Star Wars card coming to the Tarrant County Convention Center in Fort Worth, Monday night, January 30th. Lots of things to happen, including that big caged American heavyweight championship. Georgia Jimmy Garvin versus gentleman Chris Adams. The girls also in that steel cage. Even though they'll be outside the ring, they will be in that steel cage. The crowd is cheering for the entrance of Andre the Giant, so I'm going to throw it to ring announcer Joe Rinaldi.
This is the main event, the Battle of the Giants. In the ring at this time, Skandar Akbar from Devastation Incorporated presents from Uganda, the Ugandan Giant, 397 pounds, Kamala, assisted by his good man Friday. And now entering the ring, the 8th wonder of the world, 438 pounds, Andre the Giant. David Manning, your referee.
Come on down. Here we go. Like it or not, a battle of the Giants, and this is going to be building, rattling. The complex is shaking. Andre the Giant is dwarfing Kamala, but Kamala still with those vicious jungle chops is standing his own. Out to the floor he goes, and listen to the crowd. We'll be seeing this man, Kamala, facing the Junkyard Dog on the 30th at the Tarrant County Convention Center, one of the many fabulous bouts you'll be seeing. We've already mentioned the American Heavyweight Championship bout, Garvin versus Adams, inside the steel cage with the girls from the apron inside the cage. There's Friday receiving the brunt. And Andre really gave him a stomp. Kamala. Kamala crawling back in for more of Andre the Giant. You saw General Akbar at ringside. There's Kamala leaving again. Keep in mind, for the American Tag Team Championship, it's Iceman and Brian Adias defending the belts against General Akbar's Super D's, and regardless of that outcome, Iceman gets 5 minutes with Akbar in the ring because of what took place here at the Coliseum early in the month of January. Here's Kamala back in. What an event. Many of the fans are standing in the ringside area. Kamala pushing Andre back into the ropes. They could give way. We'd better be careful. Tremendous weight in the ring. And now Andre the Giant is choking Kamala. Andre the 8th wonder of the world, known around the world. A tremendous drawing card wherever he goes. And almost unbeatable. Andre has Kamala staggering and falling and out to the floor again. Andre the Giant is absolutely huge, the size of 2 or 3 men. Like I said, a near sellout crowd is on hand here tonight for this event. And brought to you here on the Superstar. Here's Kamala. Falling back to the apron and being so very careful. Friday is creeping up there in the background, distracting Andre the Giant, allowing Kamala to sneak in. Don't forget Mike Von Erich versus Ric Flair for the 10 minutes. You know the stipulation. Kamala being made fun of by the Giant, and a foot is raised, and down goes Kamala. An indescribable bout. Kamala dancing and backing. To the rope. Kamala with a chop. Chop on the head, and Andre falls into the ropes, almost breaking him, and now he's pinned in the ropes. He's caught, tied up. And how do you free a man who weighs this much? This may be curtain. How can you free a man who weighs this much? Kamala throws Manning away. David Manning, the referee, doing his best, but Kamala can't get around him. David goes outside the ropes. David hanging, pulling the ropes away, and Kamala restraining him, finally is able to pin Andre the Giant. Good thinking by David Manning, but Kamala choking Andre now. Photographers around the ring. There's Friday, distracting the referee. Has Kamala over the center rope and is pulling him down and choking him. Andre has him around the head. Even more fans standing. You can see them in the background. Akbar on the left side of the ring, watching so very intently. Friday around back there. On the back of your picture, there's Akbar on the near side. Andre back on his feet. Kamala coming up slowly. Andre's there to kick him down. There is no other human being on earth larger than Andre the Giant. An historic human being. There's Kamala in a daze on the outside of the ring. Kamala wanting to go to the back. He's had all he wants. Not used to the television cameras, to long events. He usually disposes of his opponents quickly. But he's never before met a man like Andre the Giant. A battle of the Giants. Have you ever seen anything like it? You may never again. Kamala pointing out the tremendous size of the Giant's hand, as large as 2 of my hands, as large as 2 of Kamala's, in fact. A test of strength, but Andre steps on the foot with all his weight, and he smashes Andre, or rather Kamala, who can't get out from under it. Still holding on to the foot. Listen to this mob. Kamala cannot speak English, but he's making sounds illustrating that he can't do anything. And it'll be Kamala, the Junkyard Dog, on the 30th at the Convention Center. Andre sandwiches him in the corner. Look out! Here's Akbar digging in his pocket. But Kamala thrown across, and Kamala, the Ugandan giant, nails Akbar. Andre has him, ring the bell. Andre slams them together. 4 men in the ring. Akbar floored by Kamala, who now is back on top of Andre. Akbar yelling at David Manning, restraining Manning from getting into the picture again. And Kamala's got Akbar again. And Akbar flees for his life, and Andre picks up Friday's helmet and cracks it across Kamala's head. This crowd is roaring, they're standing. And Friday pulls Kamala out. Andre's the winner.
The winner, 8 minutes and 57 seconds. The 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
And folks, you've seen it here, and when you hear us talking about the 30th Star Wars, this is what we're talking about. We'll look forward to seeing you there. I'm Mark Levesque. Hope you enjoyed this wild, wild Battle of the Giants.